something?
Okay, we're going live in just a minute. For a second.
We're live right now.
Okay.
Hello, Facebook people. Welcome,
morning, everybody. I'm Elizabeth Louder with Heartland PMAD Consultants, and I'm joined by my partner, Kim Martino-Sexton. And we are really excited to have our friend and colleague, Sierra Cortazzo from Kangaroo Kids, join us this morning. Hi, Sierra.
Hi, ladies. Thanks for having me.
We are looking forward to hearing, I kind of got a sneak peek, and I probably shouldn't have asked you. I should have been like a professional talk show and been like, save the content for the live. Don't tell me anything, but I really want to hear what's going on with your store. Why don't you tell our the folks that will be joining us? Hold on as I start recording again. Why don't you tell everybody what Kangaroo Kids is all about?
Sure. Yeah, so Kangaroo Kids is a children's and maternity resale shop and a breastfeeding support center. So we have, awesome resale, clothing, shoes, toys, books, baby gear, equipment, furniture. And then we have really great retail as well. So largest nursing bra selection in the St. Louis area. All of those items are new retail. Lots of other things. We carry green toys. We carry Mother Love herbals, all kinds of stuff like that. And then we also offer a lot of several classes and free support groups. So in, our normal in-person life that we're not having right now, you're right. You can come to the store and shop and do the classes and take in the groups. But right now, since we temporarily closed our shop on March 15th, we have come up with a plan to still offer support to moms by putting all of our support groups on Zoom. Well, almost all of them are on Zoom. So we are still offering 3 Zoom support groups a week. So we have the Baby and Me group on Tuesdays. Yep. And that's the one that it's Kim's group that she facilitates at the store, but I have joined her for this group on Zoom during this time. And we're having a good time on Tuesdays with the mamas. And then we also have our Thursday lactation support group, which is 12:30 to 2:30 on Zoom, and also Saturday morning lactation support from 10 to noon on Zoom. And all the info for those groups are in the events on our Facebook page. So you can go right to the Kangaroo Kids Facebook page, go to events and see the Zoom link and all the info right there to join us for these free groups. So we've got all that going on. That's been happening since I think we're in our 7th week of that. It's going really well and very well attended. It's just been really, really nice to be able to connect in that way. No, even though we can't be together in person. We also have the moms group happening. It is not on Zoom. It is a conference call. And I did make an event for that, I believe, Kim.
You did.
Okay.
Yes, you did.
Good. So that's great. So glad I'm on it.
You are.
That's also on our Facebook events. So how to access that conference call is right there as well. So that's one thing we've been doing. Should I just keep going, I guess?
Oh, yeah. And I'm trying to link some things to the comments so that folks can click them.
Yeah, I think what I want to acknowledge Sierra for is how quickly you pivoted, mobilized, and continued the support for moms. There was not a break. And I think that is amazing. Because I know the choice to shut the store down, because you shut your store down before it was mandated. And I think that, doing that, and I can only imagine how hard that was. And I felt for you as you were making those decisions, but you had the best interest of our community in mind, as you always have. And then quickly let's keep up the support as I figure out what's happening with my business. Because I think it's important for everybody to know the support that you're offering is all free. And so shutting down your business and then, continuing all of the free things, it just says a lot about what Kangaroo Kids and who you are and your family is in the community. So wanted to acknowledge, thank you. And
thank you.
And really grateful for all that you do. And then there's these exciting new things that you're doing that some of it you were forced to do because of what we're doing now. But some of it was in your plan. You were moving to some things. So share what's happening at the shop.
Yeah, well, first, thank you for that. I really appreciate you saying that, Kim. But when we chose to close our store on March 15th, we could see what was going to happen. I mean, it wasn't, I don't know why it was hard for some people to see what was going to happen, but we realized that that's what was coming, and the sooner we did it, the better off the health and the safety of our own family, our customers, our community. It was just it was a necessary step and extremely hard to do. But I still feel good about it 7 weeks in, like this is the thing to do right now. But the first thing we did was immediately pivot to online support because, not only moms need support always, but especially in this time. I mean, this is a unprecedented time. Yeah. I mean, to be isolated, parenthood is so isolating already, or it can be. And then to be, stuck in our homes and I think back to when my children were young and getting out of my house was vital for me.
Yes.
And so, just the thought of new moms having to deal with all the things new moms deal with and not be able to get that kind of support was just unacceptable for me. So immediately we made those groups and I'm so happy to support moms and do those things, but it's also very supportive for me too. So I love those days. The 3 days a week that I get to do those groups is they're good days. So anyway, so we had a plan this year before all of this happened, we planned to put all of our resale online in our shop on our website. And then coronavirus happened. So we just pressed the gas on that plan. I mean, it was in the works already, and I'm not going to bore you with all the details, but it was a multifaceted plan that took like a lot of different steps and new technologies and new systems and new processes. And so we started working on that last November, actually. And then when coronavirus hit, we just were like, okay, like what are the last steps? Let's push it, and that's exactly what we've been doing for the last 7 weeks. I feel like I've worked a lot my whole life, but I have never worked as much as I've worked in the last 7 weeks. So, which is good, I like to work, and I'm happy that I have something to do during this time because
a good distraction.
I feel like if I didn't, it would be a lot more difficult. So work has been a good outlet, and I have enlisted my entire family. So I am a mom of 2 boys. They are now 16 and 14 years old, which is mind-blowing to me. But they are capable of work. In fact, they both had jobs before this happened. They worked at a diner, at Southwest Diner. And so now, of course, they don't have their jobs right now. They are in school online. Their school has been amazing. And but they have time. So I've asked them to come in and help me at the shop. And my husband also has been working every day. He's a photographer. Among other things, he does a lot of different things. And so he has been in the store doing all the photography for the products. If you've ever been in my shop, you know that we have a lot of stuff.
Mhm.
So now I've never really known exactly how much stuff. I kind of know now.
I bet.
So right, as of last night, we had probably, I think it was around 40, maybe 4,600 items uploaded to our online store. Now, this is a website that hasn't launched yet, so we're launching it. Fingers crossed, maybe tomorrow, maybe Monday. Well, I'll know more at the end of today. But those items are on the shop that hasn't launched yet. So if you go to my current website, it's not there. The retail's there. The resale is not there yet. But we will launch the new site, and all of the resale will be on there. Now, that 4,500 or 4,600 items is not all of it. There's still a lot more to go on that website, but I feel good about the selection that we've been able to get on the website. And then in addition to that, yesterday we launched, or maybe 2 days ago, I don't remember now.
What day is it?
Yeah, who knows?
Don't know.
Yeah. I do know it's Thursday because I have group today, so that's about it.
There you go.
But we announced, I think it was 2 days ago, that we have started buying again. So we have always purchased our resale inventory from the public. And this time of year, when we're doing normal in-person business, we typically have 25 to 30 buys per day.
Wow.
That means, yeah, it's a lot. And we like it that way. We really like that. So
is that items or people?
Puppies.
Sorry about my dogs.
Okay, it's life.
I love your dogs.
I am. I do too. I'm obsessed with my dogs. So that number would be people based or buys,
People
like
coming
individual.
in with multiple items.
Exactly. So, and each buy could be one bag or 12 bins, I mean, I've even had people bring 30 bins, but please don't do that right now. But anyway, so we developed a process for safe intake. And I'm sure it will continue to evolve as everything does in this time. But basically, when the website launches, we've made it really easy. I'm really excited about this. So there's a online form. You just go right to the website, you go to sell, and there's going to be a little form there that you just fill out with your information. And you click onto the next page, and it's going to tell you all about what we're looking for, when it comes to brand, condition, age of the items, what kind of items, all of those things. The details are all there. And then you click through again, and you go through, I may be out of order here, but there's a little, contracty verbiage about it. And you make some choices about whether you want to come drop it off, which I'll tell you more about in a second. Or if you don't want to leave your home, we have partnered with Arch Express, which is a local courier, and they will come pick your stuff up from your porch.
Awesome.
And I'll tell you more about that too. But so you make that choice. You also will choose if you would like to donate the items to Kangaroo Kids and donate your portion of the proceeds to us, just to help us out during this time. That is welcome. Or you can sell, which is also welcome. It's totally fine to get some money for your stuff too. So you can make those choices. You can also get store credit, which is always more, never expires. And another cool thing that I discovered was a possibility, and I made it happen the other day, is that you can, if you take store credit, that goes into your account in our POS system, and you're now able to pull your store credit out of your account in our shopping cart online, and you can use your store credit to shop online, which is really, really cool.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
A seamless shopping experience.
Exactly. So yeah, sell your stuff, take store credit, we'll enter it into the system, and then you can go to the online store and
wonderful
use your store credit. Yeah. So I'm really excited about that too. So you make those choices online and you submit the form, and that's all you have to do. And if you're going to drop your stuff off, you just get it together, label it, and bring it to Kangaroo Kids. Now, I've limited to the days that we are accepting because it's just me and my family. Like, I don't have a staff, so imagine 25 to 30 drop-offs every day. I don't know that.
Yeah.
I don't know that I can handle that. I mean, I would try, but so we've made it Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. There will always be either myself or my husband at the store. You can bring your items labeled in containers, your name, your phone number, your email address, and put them outside the entrance to Kangaroo Kids on the sidewalk, which is also a covered sidewalk. So, even if it's raining, it's pretty much fine. And my husband or myself will be able to retrieve those items quickly. And we've created a staging area in the store that we're going to put those buys in an organized way and let them sit for 3 days for safety. And then we will go through them. And, and of course, we have all of our safety precautions in line. We are, using gloves and all the things. And then we will contact you and give you your offer. You're welcome to come back and pick up anything we choose to not sell or choose to not buy from you. On those days, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., you can just come to the store while you're in the parking lot, call the store, and we will grab your stuff and put it outside the door for you to pick up. We're able to pay people electronically, via Venmo or PayPal. If you really need a check, we can mail a check too. But when I run out of stamps, I don't know if I'm going to be mailing checks because I'm not going to the post office. Although I think maybe I can order them. I'm not sure. But that's the deal. So yeah, the buying is happening. We had our first drop off yesterday. I've been contacted by several people who want to do that because the website's not up yet to do that form. If you want to do it before the website shows up, again, all you have to do is go through your stuff with a critical eye, bring me just the good stuff in labeled containers, drop it off Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. We will then contact you. Once the website's up, it's a lot easier. So that's the drop off right now. If you wanted us to come pick it up with Arch Express, you need to contact me until the website's here. Then once the website's up, it's all done there. Okay. So it's a little, we're evolving. But it's happening and I'm really excited to get some new stuff in because, I've been doing this for 15 years and I've never had to look at the same inventory for this long before.
Seriously. I mean, that's, because your store is so fluid. I mean, I'm fortunate to be in your store a couple times a week, often, sometimes more than a couple times a week, depending on what's happening. And I love how there's always something new. I mean, it's changing. It's so fluid. So I can imagine like right now kind of being like, okay, which also has to be kind of a blessing when you're trying. I don't know. In my head, I can't like work out how you're going to keep all of that inventory uploading to the website to be selling online. And so I'm glad, don't tell me because I don't even want to know because it's too much for me.
It's a process.
But it's amazing that you're going to be able to do that. What I'm thinking about is that, I hear from moms too, who are like, I really need to get into the store, but I just can't. Now, how wonderful that they'd be able to shop because in some of those early days, you can't get there. And this is going to make life so much easier. Now, of course, right now we can't get into the store, but what a great offering.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. It's, like I said, it was already a goal for us for 2020. But it's, it's just really, really great that we have this ability to get this happening now because of what's going on with the virus. So we're really very, very excited about it. And, of course, I would love to get back to in-person business. I miss seeing everybody. an extrovert. I'm a people person, and I usually get to talk to anywhere between 40 and 60 people a day in person. And so this is different, very, very different. But we're gonna keep the shop closed until it's safe to reopen, and I don't know what that means, but that's we're just working on our alternatives. So yeah.
Well, and I think it's exciting, because one of the things that's happened during this, and I know we're all aware of it, is so many businesses have closed, and here you are, like, this, because you're a little business doing lots of things, and championing your way through this and staying open. And that is huge. That's a really big deal. I mean, Kangaroo Kids, I think you said this in your introduction, has been in existence for over 26 years, right?
25.
25 years. And, and you've been a part of that legacy for
15.
There you go. I don't know numbers. Some days I do. And so how wonderful we don't want to lose this resource. So I'm really grateful.
Thank you. I don't have a crystal ball. I don't know what the future holds, but we are luckily, we were in a good place before this happened as a business, and excuse me, we have a really good relationship with our landlords, who I just adore, and they are so kind to work with us, and we've, just like a lot of business owners have had to do. I've had to do a lot of negotiating finances and figuring it out, but we are committed to making it, just to staying around and reopening when the time comes. So, and all these things that we're doing in the meantime are, definitely to help our community and all of those things, but also to help us stay afloat and stay a business. So, and I don't know, for me, there's no other choice. Kangaroo Kids has to survive this. So we will.
And I'm grateful that that's the choice and the stand that, you and your family have made, because it's a family run business. It's local, it's mom and family facing. That's who you're supporting. And so the most, as far as, and for me and my business and Elizabeth and hers, we, that's all we are, is moms and families. And so you're essential to us.
It's a hub. Kangaroo Kids has been a hub for motherhood and parenting. And it's so much more than the retail store. It's really a safe place to be with other moms and get expert advice. And it's like a one-stop shop for all things mom. And I know it's been really important to Kim and I personally, and we feel really honored to get to partner with you and do support groups and do things like this. So it's really meaningful to us that you've made those choices.
Thank you. I love that we get to partner as well.
Before we went live, Sierra was sharing with us, and all I heard in my shiny things, because I heard robots, and so and so tell us a little bit about the shopping experience and what what a robot has to do with it.
Right. So so I am launching live sales tomorrow. So live selling on Facebook, if some of you may be familiar with that, some of you may not be. But basically, I will be on Facebook Live showing several, probably around 100 pieces for about an hour tomorrow at 11 o'clock. And I have enlisted this really cool software that Kim's excited about. I'm excited about, which is, it's a bot, it's a robot basically that I turn on when I'm doing the live sale. And when I'm showing an item, the item will have an item number. So I'll describe it and I'll give a price and then I'll give an item number. And if somebody would like to purchase that item, all they have to do is comment sold and then the item number. And this little robot is going to track all of that. So if 3 people want the same item, the robot is going to know who got it first and will hold the 2 people behind that person in case the first person passes on it, then it'll automatically move to the next person. So this is a, excuse me, this is a piece of software that is really going to help me because I have, people in my industry, my marketing company, my business advisor, all of these people are telling me I have to go do live sales. And they want me to do live Facebook lives. They want me to do live selling, all of these things. And I totally get it. I know that's what I need to be doing. I've been, before the coronavirus, I was really resistant to it. I'm not, when I say, I'm a people person and I am an extrovert, I'm definitely not one who likes to be on camera. It's just not my natural, like some people are really natural about that and some people are not, and that is me. So,
you are, so like when you are on camera, like right now, you are very natural. and I've been watching your Facebook lives and so it's certainly, you do it well, even though it's not your favorite thing. And so good for you for pushing through that, which I think at this time we're all kind of having to push through some things and then finding out that, hey, maybe it's not quite so bad. And
exactly.
so, well, I, in my head, kind of picture you on Facebook Live with this little robot, like holding up things. I realize we won't get to see the robot, which is disappointing for me. But I am glad to know that it is in the background working for you. Well, and you said, and that's, so is that going to be something you do every day? How often will you do these live sales?
So I've committed to 1 a week, which is Fridays at 11 a.m. But that will probably, I'm going to be very non-committal here, but will probably increase to several times a week. A couple of weeks ago when I was coming up with all these plans, I was like, I'm going to do Facebook Lives 5 days a week, and I'm going to do the buying, and I'm going to do the website, and I'm going to do the groups, and I'm going to, all these things I'm going to do. And then, reality kind of set in, and I was like, okay, well, it's really just kind of me, and my family, but it's really me. So I couldn't do all of those things all like at that moment. So it was like, we're trying to get through the website, and then we launched the buying, and now I'm going to do 1 live sale a week, and then we will add to it as things settle and we see how everything goes. So right now, Fridays at 11, you can catch me on the Kangaroo Kids Facebook page doing a live sale with my robot. And basically, and that's, the robot thing is just a huge tool because I've done a lot of research on live selling, and the back end work of tracking who bought what and invoicing and all that stuff is kind of crazy. It's kind of time consuming, very, very time consuming. So this is actually what's going to make it possible for me to do it, the little robot guy. So I'm very excited about that. So yeah, that's happening. And then another thing that I wanted to mention before I forget is I'm also offering remote lactation consultation. So I am a certified lactation counselor. I have been one for nearly 15 years. And I've always offered, for many, many, many years, we offered free lactation counseling. And then we got to a point where we had to change our model, and we, stepped up our free support in our support groups and offered more. But I changed my practice, my lactation counseling practice, to fee-based. So right now, normally my consults are about 2 hours in person, and so we've had to modify all that because of this new world we're in. So I'm doing Zoom consultations, and they're an hourly rate, which is, and I've reduced my prices. If someone doesn't, if someone comes to me and they've lost their income because of the coronavirus, I am more than willing to, make it work for them. Everybody needs help and support, and I don't want, money to be an obstacle for anyone. So that's available. I've done several of them in the last few weeks, and they're I mean, I wasn't sure how it was going to go because I'm not right there with the baby and the mom, but they're actually going really well, and we've had really good outcomes, and it's really exciting. So the only downside for me is that I haven't held a baby in almost 7 weeks, you guys, and I might lose it. I don't know.
Right.
So, but that offering is there as well, and that there will be more information about that on the new website coming out. So, and then, and if anybody's out there who is interested in any of those things, you can always get in touch by calling the shop. I have the shop phone number being forwarded to my cell phone right now. So you will get me, and you can always get in touch via email or Facebook messaging. So lots of ways to connect with me.
Yeah, I think that expert lactation support is huge. I'm hearing a lot of need for it, and people having a hard time finding it because a lot of major hospital systems aren't offering classes or aren't offering the same thing. So I think it's so really important to get that message out that you're still offering that.
Yeah, and I'm also doing prenatal consults on Zoom as well. I've got one, I think maybe next week. Anyway, those are, that's really, it's a lot easier because, in the postnatal, we're often dealing with latch issues and things that it's harder to be remote with, but it is working out. But the prenatals, so if parents can't get to a breastfeeding class at the hospital or wherever you're taking your classes, a prenatal consult with someone like me on Zoom is so valuable because I often say, not to downplay classes, breastfeeding classes, but I often say that, having a conversation with someone in lactation that's, structured about what parents need to know about breastfeeding is often more valuable than just taking a class because we can address, individual needs and then also, visiting with a support group before your baby is born. This is something I've always recommended, go to a support group before your baby is born because that's real life. It's really a good, valuable experience before it's your turn to breastfeed a baby. So, those things can still happen now. You can still have a conversation with a lactation specialist on Zoom, and you can still experience a lactation support group before your baby's born by joining us on Zoom. So yeah, I want to make sure all that info is out there too, because it's just so important. And I think that, breastfeeding, I'm always want to support moms in whatever choice they make and how they feed their baby or care for their baby, because they are the experts. But breastfeeding is a valuable function, and especially now.
Yeah.
So.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I didn't know that you offered that. That's really cool that you can get personalized breastfeeding support before baby comes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've always done prenatal consults. Now, not a lot of people, do them.
It's really smart, though. I didn't know that you were doing that. I'll keep that in mind for sure when I talk to my clients.
And in those consults, I always ask moms to bring whatever specific questions they have. And a lot of times these moms are second-time moms. They've had a previous experience, and that's why they're prepping themselves a little better this time around. But, I ask them to bring their specific questions, but then I have kind of an outline of, best practices and things that I think moms, should know before they enter that world again. So.
Yeah. And I think it's right now, for moms to be able to get that information in advance. We're hearing, so on the moms line, more and more expectant moms are calling in, trying to figure out, what do I need to do to get prepared? My classes have been canceled. Some of the childbirth ed classes are now moving to virtual. But we don't have any virtual breastfeeding classes that I know of. So knowing that they can get a prenatal consult, get themselves set up, and get their, I think a lot of it is about lessening some of the fears and apprehensions we have about breastfeeding, and especially during this time when there's so much unknown. And then the other piece that I always love about anything prenatal, whether moms are coming into one of the lactation circles or our baby and me group during pregnancy, they're establishing that support in advance. So it's a little bit more comfortable, to come back once baby's here. And so whenever we can get moms in advance to, jump in on anything with us, and get some support set up prenatally, amazing. So I'm glad to hear that that's being offered.
Yeah, and that's a really good point, Kim, and something that I often say to pregnant mamas is, if you can come to a group while you're still pregnant, you make that connection, you see what it's all about, and it's a lot easier to show up when you're kind of a different person with a new baby. You can be this really assertive, educated person, and then and like know what we want and all these things, and then we have a baby and we can be very different for a while. So if you've already got the knowledge and the experience of what a support group is like, you're more likely to be able to get yourself there after your baby is born.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'll never forget the first time I went to a support group when my 16-year-old was 5 days old. He just walked in the room, so he's going to love this. But, I didn't really have any problems breastfeeding him. That came along with my second child. But I had problems just becoming a mom and understanding what was normal. And because, I had read some books and I had some experiences that gave me this expectation of what it was going to be like. And then I met my baby and he didn't read those books apparently. So, I thought things were wrong and things were not wrong. Things were great, but I needed that support and connection of other mothers to hear that and be told that. And it was just a lifeline to me, even though we weren't having breastfeeding problems, it was still just a super important support for me. And so that's one of the reasons why it is why I'm so driven to continue these groups, because I just know how important it is for moms because of my experience.
That connection is so important. And I like how you say that even if nothing's wrong, just to stay connected. And especially now when our circle just got way smaller.
Yeah. And it's like, you just like, even if nothing is wrong, you still may not be sure about like, why is my baby, cluster feeding every night? And why is this happening? Why, and so just to be able to
normalize motherhood, like hearing what other moms and babies are going through and realizing, okay, there's a big range of what normal means.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Yeah, what I wish is that it would be the norm that women seek support, during pregnancy and postpartum when there aren't any issues. That's just the thing, that we deserve to be around other women, learning and being reassured. And then, if there's issues, then let's all use our collective wisdom to figure out and see what we can do to support the mom. But I do think we often wait until there's a problem. So I think it's, And all of these types of groups are really what saved me and helped shape me as a parent. And even when nothing was wrong, it was just wonderful to be there, which is why I love the groups now. I still get a lot out of the groups that we facilitate. And so, yeah, let's gather together. Let's not be in isolation.
Yep. Absolutely.
Well, we're approaching, it's 11:10. We typically are on for about 45 minutes. I know I've learned a lot about what's happening and what's new at Kangaroo Kids. And just a reminder for folks that you can go to Kangaroo Kids website. You can go to the Kangaroo Kids Facebook page. There's lots of ways to find out information. You can always call the shop, as Sierra said. I think, for Elizabeth and I, as we work with providers, reminding them of the supports that are community-based supports like Kangaroo Kids that are available. Business is open, you're open, and and moms can access all different levels of support from, at one of our groups the other day talking about teething and being able to find the type of teether that you need. And there's so many options out there where you can go to Kangaroo Kids and you can see what I consider to be the best of the best, because that's what you do, is kind of ferret out, look at all that's out there. Mm-hmm. And then, the items that you carry for retail are, the best that you've found out there. And I appreciate that, because then I don't have to do a ton of research. When moms are asking me for things, what do I think about? I'm like, well, let's go see what Sierra's carrying, because that'll tell you, what's out there. And so when we're talking about finding nursing bras. And so, Sierra, one of the things I've always loved about the bras that you carry, one, the price, and then you have bra fittings for moms, because we don't necessarily know what size we should be purchasing when we're pregnant, because our rib cage is expanded and that's going to go down, but our cup size is probably going to increase, or at least in my experience, that's what happened. And so knowing what size bra to buy, and I've always appreciated that you have certified bra fitters. How's that going right now?
Well, that's a good question. I forgot about that. Bra fitting is one of my favorite parts of my job, because, moms will come in just kind of deflated and kind of like, the bras not fitting, feel like they just don't feel great. And we call it a bra miracle. Like, we take them in the back and they don't have to think too much, and we help them into the bras, and we do all the, make it easy, because everybody knows bra shopping is not fun.
Yeah.
So, and then they come out just, confident and happy and, just physically feeling better because their bra is actually fitting. And most people wear a bra that does not fit well. Mm-hmm. So how's it going now? Well, I've definitely sold some bras over the last 6 weeks, but mostly to people who knew what they needed. And we do sell several bras that fit a range of sizes. So they are supportive and comfortable, but they are kind of stretchy and they give with you. So when your breasts are full, they're going to expand, and when they're less full, they're just fitting a range. So tomorrow I'm doing my first Zoom bra fitting. So I have one scheduled for 3:00. So that's another thing, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I mean, honestly, I can really kind of just look at people and know what bra size they are, because I've been doing it for so long. Like, I don't even measure people much anymore. I mean, honestly, for a long time, I don't really measure people. It's about knowing, it's about experience, but then also knowing how the bras fit and what's appropriate for what stage that mom's in. So I have that knowledge, and I feel like if I can get a look at you on camera on Zoom, I can probably figure it out. And that's what we're going to do tomorrow. And, it's like a whole new world. So we're just trying things. Like, I am totally open to experimenting and trying things and then evolving them as needed. And that's a skill set that I think we all need to master during this time. But that's what I'm going to do tomorrow, and we'll see how that goes. And But I think I'll be able to help people that way. So that's another thing that if you're in need, get in touch. We're getting creative over here.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
And I do think, because some people have said to me, but wait, it's a resale shop. I'm like, not for bras. So with lots of retail brand new items, including bras. And you have a fabulous return policy for bras as well.
Yes. And so that's the other thing I told this mom I'm meeting with tomorrow for bras. I was like, hey, if you get it, you come pick up what we decided on and it doesn't work for you, just get in touch. We'll work out an exchange or a return, and that's totally fine. I'm not going to make people, I don't want to make people keep something they don't want or it doesn't fit them. Of course not. Of course not. So yes, that's absolutely an option too. And I'm not, I'm not giving you my normal, our return policy for retail is 14 days. It's, we'll work it out. It's fine. Not too worried about it.
Yeah. Well, I think knowing that we can send moms to a place that, I know we've said this, one-stop shop thing, but it's that really is what Kangaroo Kids, has been in our community. It's a place where you can go get support, reassurance, find the items that you need. Everything is reasonably priced, whether it's your resale or your retail. And it just feels good. And even though we can't walk in the store right now, it feels good to be able to check in, see you on Facebook Live, be able to stop in for a support group. And so we're just really grateful that you're still here and you're a stand for moms and babies, and we want to support you in that. And so any last thoughts? Did we forget anything, Sierra, that we need to share that you're up to?
I don't, no, I think we hit it all. So thank you guys so much for having me and spreading the word. I really, really appreciate it.
Well, we're grateful to have you, and we'll be sharing this information, and I'd love to hear. We'd like to circle back in a bit here and hear how the Facebook Live is going and how your first Zoom bra fitting consult went. I'm sure you can keep that confidential and just share with us, but but we'd love to hear how things are progressing. And so thanks for being with us today. We so appreciate it. So go check out Kangaroo Kids, see what they're up to, and
keep an eye out for the new website next few days. Okay.
Exciting.
We will.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks for joining us, everyone. Keep taking care of yourself, and we'll see you in 2 weeks with Erin Panawaz from Mercy Mother Baby IOP.
Yeah. Thanks, everyone. Take care.
Bye.
Stay healthy out there.